this live video here because we're going to rest to share on a few things here. Okay, we're going to nip a few things here in the bud. Um, Everybody knows obviously about Mr. Fine Tune, Mark Sherman, CB Mud Duck, deal there. So I just wanted to point out a few things because, well, let me back up first. So I fixed a radio for a customer, had nothing to do with Fine Tune, nothing at all. And while I was on the phone working on this customer's radio, I told him, I said, here, let me put it on the air, see what we can do, see what kind of contacts we make. 2 contacts came back, great reports. This was on a President Lincoln 2 Plus that I had worked on while the owner of that radio, the customer, was on the phone with me. So while on the air, 2 good contacts. The third contact happened to be from Mark Sherman, Fine Tune CB Shop. And he had asked me what kind of antenna I was running, the name of the radio, the wattage, the height of the antenna, the type of coax, where I was located. I answered all questions. And he said, wow, that's an amazing sounding radio. I've never heard one so clean. It's good to see good shops around. That came out of Mark Sherman's mouth. Not knowing who I was, even though I told him I was DX Radio Shop from New York, he had no idea past that point. Okay, so now we move forward. I work on another radio, and that happened to be a Stryker's 955. Okay, it was a version 1. The owner of that radio, he purchased directly from and has his bank statements to prove and all the information to prove that he bought this straight from Mark Sherman, Fine Tune CB Shop, Mud Duck in the Desert. However, I get that radio here. The guy did not tell me who he got it from. Just said, I'm going to send this radio to you. I want you to go through it and fix it. Since the day I got it, after waiting 7+ months, I hooked it up. Only a few minutes time. The side got really hot. I turned it back off, and I was afraid of using it. I didn't want it to blow up. So he looked around. A couple other shops, says, no, we don't have time. We're backlogged, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm backlogged too, but, I'm not going to turn down business. So I told the guy, yeah, if you want to ship it here, you're more welcome to. It might be about 3 or 4 weeks before I can get to it, but I'll do my best. Well, when I got it here, put it on the bench, we did a video before and after, and the video clearly showed spread coils, limiter clip, add-on components, all kinds of, swing kit mods, all this BS that was not needed to do. That radio came directly from Mark Sherman himself at the Fine Tune CB Shop, okay? So when I told the guy, wow, this thing's like all screwed up, what the hell happened? Who did the work on this? And when I got it all done and fixed, he told me, well, that came from Mark Sherman. I said, you got to be kidding me. He said, yeah. I said, wow. So how come he has no labels inside? So this guy is like the biggest con artist around, but he'll sit there and bash every shop that is on the face of the earth, call him a crackhead, call him a limp, call him. Now he's got me on the situation because I called him out on the fact that you butchered this radio, you charged the guy stupid money, and then you're going to lie and say, no, it didn't come from here because I put these little tiny marks inside the radio. Only my special customers know. Well, so let me ask everybody. You run a business. We see this everywhere. Maybe you have a roofing company or plumbing or internet-based website design, medical, what have you. It doesn't matter. You're going to have some kind of emblem on your vehicle. You're going to have something on your shirt. You're going to have some kind of a decal. You're going to have business cards. You're going to have a website. You want your name to be out. You want to have pride in what you do. So why would you hide all of that if you're supposed to be a very good technician? Now, mind you, he only works on Strykers, so he says, right? So that's all he shows is Strykers. Well, there's 2 things that bother me. One, he doesn't even know how to use his test equipment. He's stuck on the same exact positions of his scope, is where he kind of clicks at 2-3 places that he's familiar with. Same thing with the spectrum analyzer. And if you notice, when he's all said and done, every radio that hits that bench has the same exact waveform. So there's 10 different radios, guys. You're going to get 10 different waveforms that are going to be very close, but you can identify. If you're a real good tech, you will be able to identify a difference because you can never, And I can't emphasize that enough or even capitalize on this. And I know this is too much for him to even fathom or comprehend. You can never have the same exact waveform on every single radio. It is impossible. They will come very close, yes, never be exactly the same. Okay? And if this guy is only stuck on strikers, well, then what is he doing? Because you should be, if you're that good of a tech, you should be diverse into all brands, all makes and models, all kinds of radios. He clearly does not do that, and he has no idea what the hell he's even doing. But he'll badmouth everybody else. So he likes to target people. Now, I want to do this video because, you know, for him to sit there and bash everybody else, that's one thing. You bash my shop, buddy. Let me tell you what. You know, I know where you get your stuff serviced. Okay? I know because I go through the same company. And let me tell you what. You know, you're burning your bridge, buddy. So you might want to start researching another place to get your stuff worked on and calibrated, because you're just not going to have what you want anymore. I'm telling you that right now. Things are going to change because you're burning your bridges. You've burned too many bridges. That's why you're stuck right now with one person, and you're scared shitless. I know you are, because you made a phone call, and that person made a phone call back to me, was asking what was going on, and I explained the situation. And we all got a chuckle out of it because you made that phone call because you were scared shitless of losing somebody to work on your stuff, all your equipment. So guess what, buddy? You know, whether he continues or not, it's on him. I will not mention any name or business of that person because he's a great guy. He's a great friend of mine. And this guy does military contracts, man. So you're just a fart in the wind is all you are, Mark. You know, so, you know, but here's the thing. Can everybody see this right here? I want to show everybody. I want to see. Let me see if we can. There we go. Look at that. Okay. It says scammer radios butchers to avoid. Okay. And I am going to, well, here. Instead of me trying to post everything and do this, that, and the other, just look at it. cbradioblog.com. And you're going to look for a list of CB shops, tech scammers, butchers to avoid. Who's on there? Look at that. Fine-tuned CB shop. Blacklisted, everything else. Okay, so this is one of the things you guys got to watch out for, is when you have people like him, he's like the biggest. Now, when you guys go on Google, for example, I am not a politician. I am against all of that. This country does not, the world does not need politics to survive. So I am totally against politics. And when I say this, it might sound political, but it's not. Okay. When you type in Google about, we'll say, you know, the president or government or whatever you want, you're going to see a whole pile of things that are going to pop up, right? If you go to Google right now and you type in Mark Sherman mud duck, you can't even imagine, well, probably many of you do already, but can't even imagine how much hatred, how many websites that are just, it's worse than CNN and Fox, for God's sakes, that this guy has really lit the fireworks display and pissed off so many people. So here we are. Okay, look at that. Fine-tune CB shop. Scammer and troll avoid. Blacklisted. Now let's move on over to here. Let's listen to this.
Radio hobby, pretty much bringing it down to toilets. Not only is he rude, but he's also a self-conceited asshole. Pardon my French. I mean, I'm aware that he is a CB radio technician, but, you know, the way he does business is completely unprofessional. So bear with me as I go on a little rant here about the whole situation and about this person. And before we get into it, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications so you keep up with videos like this and other videos as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the rant itself. The person I got to talk about, and you know, normally I wouldn't use real names in videos, but you know, of course I'm going to have to, because because I'm going to call him out on his bullshit. Pardon my French. His name is Mark Sherman, and he is the CB technician, basically owner of the Fine Tune CB shop. And honestly, from personally, and I never dealt with him from a professional standpoint or personally, but again, for someone who is supposed to have a business, he sure doesn't know how to be professional at all. I mean, he wants to talk about and rant and pretty much trash other people's businesses. One person in particular that I actually do a lot of business with, and I would go to him 100 times over. Bell's CB shop, screwdriver out there in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And look, I mean, apparently, Mark Sherman of Fine Tune CBs or Hard Drive 169 Mud Duck Radio in the desert. He's apparently, he wants to trash other CB radio technicians. And, I'm thinking the reason why he wants to do that is because, he's pretty much doing that so he could drum up business for himself. Well, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to try to trash, or not try, because he's obviously doing it. Why would you want to trash another person's business just so you can drum up your own business? I mean, obviously.
So let's pause that for a moment. And let's go to this one right here for a second.
Don't you understand that concept? You can't insert your propaganda of these Detroit truck drivers, and I cover you up. You understand how that works?
So here he is, cursing and swearing on there when he tells everybody, can't you keep the channel clean? But he'll tie it up 45 minutes to an hour.
It goes like this. I yell, and you go away. And you go away.
See if we can speed this up a little bit more. Let me move on to another one here. I mean, this guy's got so much stuff, it's like insane. So here he is calling me a fraud. Says, I don't know how to use a oscilloscope and stuff. Well, that's really funny considering the fact that this guy has no idea what he's doing. None whatsoever. So, and if you want to read... Oh, let me go back to this, sorry. Let me go back to here. Look at this. All about hard drive. Mark Sherman. And here's the funny thing. This guy claims to have over 30 years of experience. Okay. 2015. Let's do the math on that. 2015, right? And today is 2023. I don't know. I can't see that being 30 years. Let's see. Let's do some easy math for Mr. Mark. 2015 plus 5. That would make 2020. Plus 3 more makes 2023. Which equates to 8 years. Right? Wait a minute. Let me rephrase that again. I got to think about this because, it's so hard to keep up with the fine-tuned CB shop math, all the algorithms and stuff. Let me think about that. Is that right, guys? Let's see here. 2023 subtract 2015. I do believe in the standard math today would be 8. So 8 years, not 30 years. Okay? And let's go a little bit further because I want to make sure that, Mr. Hard Drive can understand this. Year 2023 subtract year 2015. Oh my God, look at that. It says 8. Wow. Not 30 years, Mr. Mark Sherman. 8 friggin' years. And you're going to sit here and you're going to go after different people. He had a whole target. Let me go down here a little ways. I read this. I thought it was quite interesting. Where did I see that? Oh, let's see. Oh, by the way, even though his equipment's calibrated, and I know the one who does it, so I know it's calibrated. But here's the thing, guys, the stuff that he does is he doesn't know how to do a damn thing. He's a YouTube king. He's a good salesman when it comes to selling bullshit. Outside of that, though, he has no idea what the hell he's doing. Right here, his current target was Mike's Radio Repair. This guy knows his stuff. He had military contracts. He had all kinds of stuff. This guy knows his stuff. If you guys are familiar with this guy right here, and you go to YouTube videos, this guy knows his stuff. So Hard Drive was attacking him. He was also attacking Derail. He's attacking Truck CB Sales. Where's the other one he's got up here? In fact, I think it was Truck CB Sales was his first attack. It's set up here. Let me try to find. Yeah, right here. So, right here, Truck CB Sales. Brian's a great guy. I've talked to Brian several times at this company. Great guy. That Mark Sherman, this was his first target. Okay. So, after all of this garbage that Mr. Hard Drive, had done and created his own little mess, he's gone down through the whole, line of whatever, ranting and raving about different things and screwing people over. Well, it's really sad to see people such as Mr. Fine-Tune CB Shop, how is he still around? I can't believe that. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. But let me elaborate on another thing too, okay? Because clearly I've been around a lot longer than he has. I've got over 37 years of experience. He has 8. So your 8 years of experience, and you say that I'm riding this little tricycle and this, that, and the other. Let me tell you what, Mark, you have no idea. You have none. You're still stuck on a striker. And here's the other thing, guys. Version 2 strikers, you don't have much to do inside the radio. It's all in the front display. So don't let them BS you about that either. Here's my page, guys. DS Radio Shop. Look at all these videos, all these radios. Okay. I do a complete alignment, showing people how to do an alignment. Where are your skill sets there, Mr. Mark? How come you don't show people what to do? How come you don't explain nothing? How come you never have a service manual on your desk? You're always saying back to the bench because you're a lonely old guy who's got nowhere to go, no friends, and you're stuck in a mobile home playing with your little ferret cage, spinning around your own little wheel, getting on here, causing drama and trouble. Look at all these radios, guys. Kenwoods, okay? Zygoos, Yaesus. I mean, I've got icons. There's Presidents, Strikers. You got Galaxies. You've got Saturn Turbos. I mean, holy goodness gracious. Another Striker. Ranger Radios. Connexes. More Presidents. I mean, CPIs. I mean, look at this stuff. Cobra, Icom. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. So, yeah, I'm very diverse into radios. I am very good at what I do working on radios. I have nothing to hide. So my list goes on and on and on. And I go into detail, guys. I go into detail how to use, like here's another video right here. How to use the test equipment. How to go inside where your test points and stuff are. Different things to look for. I will go into detail and show you all kinds of stuff because I think it's important. Where I learned from school and from the guy who taught me for many years, who happened to be a very good technician. He was all about sticking his nose in the book and learn it the right way. And he was also a military guy too. So again, I think it's very important to share his wealth of knowledge through me because he taught me. So when I share my knowledge and different things I've learned along the way on my own, but for the most part, I have to thank the guy who taught me. And for all those years. So, the credit goes to him for where I am today. And I think it's important that all technicians should get along. All technicians should be able to talk to each other and share ideas. And all technicians should be able to, communicate in a way to share the information needed for everybody else. I mean, here's another one, Unit Grant XL alignment that shows you procedure. Look at the book, guys. See the book? There's the Sam's Photo Facts, step-by-step procedure. All this stuff Very important. Okay. So when he says, I don't know how to use equipment, it's just sitting there looking pretty, and I'm just taking a striker out of a box and spreading a coil and calling it this, that, and the other and trying to discredit him, he's discredited himself long ago. Okay. So the purpose of this here video is, again, to show people the real deal behind Mr. Fine-Tune CB Shop. So it's just really sad that this guy is going to go all off and say he's got he has a what do you call it, stock radio. We all know damn well he ain't got no stock radio. He's running like 10,000 watts. He's got to be running all of that. There's been so many rumors about this amplifier he's got and everything else. Who knows what he's doing? But the point is, he's broken every single damn rule out there. So it's just really funny to like this here. I like this video that somebody did. It's pretty cool.
Shit toast on my bench, it's on you. Shit
Fine-Tune's got nowhere to hide, guys.
It's on you.
I mean, that's just one of so many damn videos this guy has, and it just makes me laugh. Okay, so he wants to get on here and badmouth everybody, but the same token, he wants to claim that he's the best technician around. Well, if you're the best technician around, then what are you out here screwing people over for? Why are you selling radios that you don't even have in stock, and you tell people that you do, but you haven't proven anything? I don't understand the deal behind that. Now let me see, because somewhere in here I saw, let me just type in Mark Sherman. Oops. Mud Duck. Look at what pops out, guys. What do you see that just popped up when I Google that? All I typed in was his name and Mud Duck. All this stuff that people are like gonna go after him. He's already on the shit list. FCC is getting ready to bite down, and this guy's like here's the same one we just heard. Okay. So this guy we just heard. Okay. So let me go back to see, they had another one here. Truckers Report. Where's the other one here? I mean, there's another complaint, can't go anywheres in PA without hearing him. I know there's a guy in the UK, 45 minutes straight, tried explaining to Mr. Mark Sherman. He asked him 3 questions that he was not able to answer, apparently, and he decided to just kind of blow it off till he finally got off the air. Now, I do not know. Let's see here. Somewhere's in here. I saw this. I just gotta find some more. I've seen it somewhere. Anyways, it describes what he was doing. And in fact, let me just take this now, because he's like all over everywhere. So, oh my goodness gracious. Let's see this one here. Mud Duck in the Desert. Yeah, he's all over TikTok too. So if you guys want to, I don't have a TikTok account. I don't have time for that garbage. But this guy, he's like all over the place. Maybe that was the other one I've seen, I think. I don't think that was the one.
My name's Austin. I am M3POT. I am a federally licensed operator of the Federal Communications Commission. You know you can actually create a complaint about Mud Duck. Now, you can hear mud duck all over. Granted, there is skip within the ionosphere and the E layer and all that. Totally get that. But this dude's probably going freaking bonkers on probably a 1 or 2,000 watt amp. He probably has multiple dipoles set up, or better yet, probably Yagi antennas just pointed out. I can just picture he probably has pointed Yagis everywhere with one center feed point to his coax. You know, you can go online and file a complaint to the FCC. It's Mud Duck. He runs the Fine Tune CB shop in New Mexico, just outside of El Paso, Texas. So, if you're sick of Mud Duck, just go ahead, file a complaint for interference or put it up as piracy, because it's unauthorized operation, or interference. All those will work. But, yeah, N3POG, 73s and out.
So yeah, I mean, this guy is like just, oh my god, I was just like, you guys. And here's the funny thing, like I said, we said at the beginning of the video how he claims, he said that the station I was working on was sounded so good, which was a Lincoln 2 Plus. And the guy on the phone who was the owner of that radio, as I explained in the beginning of this video, was just appalled, as I was too, that this guy says, oh my god, you sound so good, so crystal clear, never heard one sound so good. It's nice to hear another good CB shop out here. And but now he turns around and calls me a fraud. I don't know how to use my oscilloscope. I don't know how to use my spectrum analyzer. I don't think he even understands what that spectrum analyzer is capable of really doing, other than he just kind of goes from his little 27 megs to 30 megs to 50 megs to 100 megs to 150 megs and just looks for spikes and stuff like this. That spectrum analyzer can do so much more. I don't think he really understands that. And for the last 8 years, I don't know what you're doing, Mark Sherman, but you need to go to school. Better yet, I think you should just get out of the radio business because you clearly don't have a clue. Now, I do want to point one thing out. Let me go back to this because, let me see, YouTube, because I did see something that was brought to my attention. And one guy knows this for a fact because he was there the day that this video was taking place. See if I can find it. He's got a pallet in his front. Well, it's not even his front yard. It was somebody else's front yard near a building because this guy, he lives out of his motorhome. Anyways, he's got this pallet of all these boxes that were clearly cut and retaped sloppy. And he said he bought all of these brand new Stryker radios that just came in. He's going to go through them all, and everything's going to be for sale, blah, blah, blah. Like he's got some kind of a big-time storefront, right? None of those boxes had anything in them besides the top box. He took one radio out that he did purchase. And the guy who was there, they had a huge fight argument, and he just told him, he called him out. He says, I don't know why you're doing this, man. Why do you got to portray this? And the words out of Mark was, this is how you generate business. You don't have all this overhead. Wow. That's pretty shitty thing to do. So, again, Mark Sherman can say what he wants, and he says he's got all these complaints about my shop and everybody else. He doesn't know a damn thing about my shop, let alone many others. He targets people because he's afraid. So they always say that the people who target somebody else, it shows the fear, and you're trying to steal the business from them because you want to be number one. Well, I don't want to be number one. I'm not out to steal anybody's business at all. And the way I see it is this, is it's real simple to understand that we've got so many shops in the world, and that's fine. It's like having, like Walmart or Dollar General or, car industries. You got different, dealers there that want to sell cars. I mean, goodness gracious, why can't you have more than one shop? Why can't you have more than one dealership? I mean, you think you're the only one who's got all the connections, Mr. Mark Sherman? You live out of a motorhome. Now, you always tell people in your videos, you wave that piece of paper around. See, certified equipment, got to be certified. Well, okay, that's cool. Well, my stuff's certified too. I can wave the same piece of paper around because we go through the same person. So guess what? What does that mean? It just means your equipment's calibrated. Okay, fine. Now let's move on. Do you know how to use the equipment? I sure do. I don't think you clearly understand other than you watching YouTube videos, because you seem to do the same exact thing with your two-piece of equipment all the damn time. And then you had the nerve to tell everybody that you don't use attenuators. Okay? And you say you should go direct to your spectrum analyzer. You don't need nothing in between. No attenuation in between. Okay? So you got a 100-watt input. I'm happy for you. Okay? What's the point of you going and telling people that you got to go direct, or otherwise, it's all going to be, garbage? Well, let me ask you this. If you exceed 100 watts in the spectrum analyzer, buddy, you're going to blow it anyway. So, which means you still have a form of attenuation, and you can tell in the software in your spectrum analyzer, buddy, because I know the machine you've got, and you can program in there what your attenuation is going to be to protect the equipment. Everybody knows that. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. You don't know this because you're just a dumbass, but everybody knows this. Okay, so I don't know what you're trying to do, or in your case, the hocus pocus pixie dust that you like to spread to everybody, because they always say the best magic is right in front of you. And Mark Sherman, you give the best magic. I give you that, because you are one hell of a damn, bullshit salesman for bullshit. Now listen to this guy right here. Oh, let's see here. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Well, I figure I'd just do a review on fine-tuned CB shop.
I feel bad for this guy.
That guy is a scam artist. It's like there is no tomorrow. He makes great YouTube videos.
Todd Jackson.
Everybody else. But I tell you what, don't buy anything off this dude. He took me for $880. Turn around and shit. He kept asking for a refund after about 4 months of waiting. I ordered a radio off of him November 1st of 2021. This guy's nothing but a scam artist and a con artist. Makes great YouTube videos, but totally rips you off. I've been asking for a refund, asking where the hell the radio's at. Oh, I'm still making them. Oh, I'm turning them out. It's like, you know what? If you turn around and shit, and quit making YouTube fucking videos, and you make a goddamn product, then I should have it. But here it is, 300 days later. Still no radio, still no refund. It's fucking me over. So buyers beware. This guy is nothing but a scam artist. He's gonna take you to the fucking cleaners and shit, rip you the fuck off. Fucking hard drive, you're a fucking douche, dude. Nothing but a scam artist, man. You talk shit about everybody else, so you know what? We're gonna start talking shit about you.
There you have it. Okay, so again, he's got so much BS going on. Here's his little deal in the desert. That's his little location. He sits off to the corner somewhere.
Thank you very sweetly.
This is where he is.
So neatly. You killed us so completely that we thank you very sweetly.
Let the joyous news be spread. The wicked old witch at last is dead.
So nice little music out with the Wicked Witch, right? Well, that's pretty much what this guy is right here. He's just an idiot. Okay? One more here I'll show you quickly, and then we got to move on, because I don't want to have to sit here all day on my Sunday and waste my time, but I want to share a few things, specifying a few things, because everybody pretty much knows he's a joke anyway, but, for what little bit of people that he actually has, which isn't very many, for a customer base, it is what it is.
Let me jump out here and throw a little video on here. First of all,
this is Mr. Top Gun 123.
I'm out here in Beatty, Nevada, Death Valley, right here in the high desert, doing my thing. Enjoying this fine Motel 6, baby. Oh yeah. Well, Mark Sherman, you're always talking about me getting the boot. Let's see, what did you say? What did you say? You're out there telling lies on me that I came into your shop in Amarillo all methed out. All methed out, all tweaking and geeking with some meth head chick. And I ran those bull haulers out of your shop because I smelled so bad. That's funny because you know that I know that you know that we've never met. That's right. Well, I tell you what, Sherman, Victor, hey Victor, better listen up. Somebody's getting the boot, and it's gonna be for real. It ain't me. You wanna fuck around? You wanna run that man pleaser? I don't know why. I mean, you can pick on me all you want, because I'm fucking nobody. In the radio world, I get in where I fit in. You know, I don't run big watts. I don't run elaborate audio station. I don't. I fit in where I fit in with my hobby, and that's just all I do. But you keep wanting to call my name and telling lies on me. Well, you know what? When all this goes down, when the shit goes down, you better be ready to move. Because you fucked with the wrong one. We've never laid eyes on each other. We've never shook hands with each other. Nope, sure hadn't. I've never met you. Although you want to tell these elaborate stories of how you kicked me out of your radio shop in Amarillo. No, you didn't. I do remember, however, beating your ass with an Antron on a semi-truck about 50 yards from your busted ass shop.
Let me elaborate on something, guys. Not one person has gone to this guy's shop, come close, nearby, have seen. Nobody's gone to his shop because he will never let anybody in his shop. So again, in the beginning part of this video, he claimed that Mr. Top Gun 123 went to his shop and scared other customers away because of meth and all this other BS lies. Never happened. Never happened. So everybody pretty much knows that the Mark Sherman, Mr. Fine Tune, does not let anybody inside of his shop. So because he doesn't let nobody inside of his shop, pretty much knows that everything out of his mouth is just stories anyway. And this guy right here clearly has never been into Mark's shop. So here he's got Mr. Top Gun 123. You'll see here in a moment. His, let's see if I can speed it up here a little bit. Where is it?
You got some beef with mouth? When you asshole all run that. Whatever. And trying to find Sherman. 123 Mark Sherman.
There you go.
There. Get a good look at my fucking face. Because it was fucking me. It was me that dropped the dime. Don't think of nobody else. Top Gun 123 Mark Sherman.
So this guy goes by Top Gun 123, and seems like a pretty decent guy, you know, who is defending himself because Mark Sherman claims this guy came to his shop, which this guy has never gone inside that guy's shop. So here we are again, Mark Sherman trying to reference false information to this guy who clearly is telling you, you know, Mr. Top Gun 123 has never been inside Mark Sherman's place whatsoever. Had he been there, I don't think Mark Sherman would be around. It seems like to me. So, you know, here you have it. So there you go, guys. You know, I don't need to say no more. It is what it is. You know, I didn't want to burn up my Sunday afternoon here, but I figured I'd do a video to kind of show everybody that Mr. Mark Sherman. Oh, let's see where we can find. Here we go. Mr. Mark Sherman here, who's also been arrested. Anybody can look this information up. It's free to the public. You don't have to listen to me, but it's free to the public, you know. Mark Sherman has been out screwing everybody over. I mean, holy goodness gracious. I don't understand. He doesn't back up on his repairs. It's always got to be somebody else's fault. So you buy a radio, if you even get the radio, let alone, you get screwed out of your money, you get nothing, right? So, but let's just say he makes a legitimate deal. You purchase it, you get it, okay, fine, whatever, cool. Take the bottom cover, open it up. Guarantee you're going to see spread coils. You're going to see all kinds of nonsense. In fact, let me do this right now. I want to show. Let me see if I can find it here. Let me see here. Well, let me go to his page because he has.
Thank you very.
He copied my video because he knows that he got called out on it to it. So let me see if I can find him here. Let's see. Where is it? Let me go back to his page here for a minute, because somewhere there it is. So this video right here.
The Hocus and Pocus. You're Mr. Hocus.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's pretty much familiar with him. So I don't need to go into any detail. Familiar with him. And on the bench today, here at the DS Radio Shack. It's a Striker 955 HP. This is the first version. This radio was actually bought, modified, aligned, and tuned by Fine Tune CB Shop. Everybody's pretty much familiar with him.
Uh-huh. There's only one shop. Now, little Stewie boy.
So here he is. He's going to bash my shop now because I caught him into all kinds of stuff here. And I explained the detail, what took place with this radio. And the guy who owns this radio, I even have him on the phone. So let's go a little further. Let me see. Let me go to mine. I want to show you guys something, okay? Let me go to mine. And I want to show you something here, okay? Let me show you something. Okay, here we go. Guys, Stu here. Let me see. If you got to go, you screw up. I shouldn't have my favorite center radio. Well, I would like to... And it's... Here we go. Dipshit, that's why.
The radio out of the box to try to
Let me go here. Our buddy in the desert. You want to elaborate about your radio that I did? Let me back this up. Here you go. Here's the guy who's owner of the radio. I got him on the phone. Listen to this.
Hello?
Hey, Rusty.
Hey.
Hey, I got you on speakerphone. I'm doing my recording here on our buddy in the desert. You want to elaborate about your radio that I did a video on that you sent here? You want to go ahead and speak because the camera can hear you. Go ahead.
What, the coils were spreading all that on it?
Yeah.
Send it to you to get it fixed?
Yeah, you're 955. Go ahead and explain that. I got the phone right next to the camera. Go ahead and explain. I'll let it run. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, everyone said it sounded good and stuff, but it didn't hardly have any power or nothing. That's why I decided to send it to you after I was watching your videos and stuff. Then I sent it to you. Then you found the spread coils and whatever else was wrong there. It was out of alignment, I think you said, and all that, and it's rocking and rolling now.
So you're very happy with the way it sounds, right?
Oh, yeah.
All spot on frequency the way it belongs?
Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So this 955, brand new radio that you bought from who?
Mark Sherman?
Yeah, our buddy in the desert. Yeah, he sits there and says that you didn't buy that from him.
He's so full of it. He probably don't remember because he does so much dope because it was in 2015.
Yep, brand new radio he sells you back then, and it just never ran good since the day you got it from him, really. I mean, sounded okay on the air, but was off frequency, this, that, and the other. And we get it here, we find all kinds of shit in the inside, and get it all working good, and now you're satisfied. And it's just kind of funny how this guy wants to put down everybody else because he thinks he's the best tech in the world that nobody else can compare. Let me ask you something there, Rusty. How many people do you hear on the air all day long flapping their lips in the wind if you're supposed to be busy at the bench?
She's volunteering.
Because you're never going to hear me on there all day long flapping at the wind. So here you go, guys. That's the guy who owns the radio that I fixed. Mark Sherman screwed up. Now, one more phone call, okay? Let you comments or something, or a warranty sticker on the outside for take your cover. Okay, here's the next one. Mr. Wayne. This next guy was on. Let me pause this for a moment. So this next phone call you're going to hear, okay, was the guy who owned the Lincoln 2 Plus I had worked on while he was on the phone, and while I got the good review. Okay, I wish I could have recorded the review because we didn't expect that to have happened, but we did get two. One was Texas, I forget the other one now, but then Mark Sherman was the third contact who came back, asked about my location, who I was, the type of equipment I was using. It sounded so good. He's never heard one crystal clear that before. And so this owner of that radio, of the Lincoln 2 Plus, I'm going to call him right now, and you're going to hear his phone call conversation as to what he heard over the phone from Mark Sherman. Now, remember, Mark Sherman says that he's had so many complaints he's heard about my shop. He's never heard a damn thing because he's never heard anything. He's never dealt in my shop before. I know he watches my videos, though, because he's made some references as to good pointers I've made on some of my videos. But now he wants to bash me because I called him out. So when you piss in his Wheaties, I guess it is what it is. So here we go. Hear this yourselves.
Yes, sir, Mr. Stu.
Hey, Wayne, how are you?
I are.
So listen, I'm doing a video camera. I'm recording right now of our wonderful buddy there in the desert. I wanted you to call me. I was on the phone with the guy who actually owned the radio that the mud duck screwed up. And of course, now he bashes me for his own mistakes. But anyway, so I wanted you to get on the air here on the phone while I'm recording my video, so you can take and state what your experience was that you heard on the air with your radio with that guy who bashes me so badly. But yet, what kind of report did he give to me over the air on your radio? Wayne, go ahead.
Oh yeah, he gave me a good report.
Yeah.
Clear, loud and clear. Yeah, I was listening. It just so happened I was listening to the same time he was fixing it. So I mean, that was pretty cool that he did that so fast.
Yeah, and he said that that's the most clear sound station I've ever heard. And then he asked me about what kind of antenna, what kind of radio. Oh yeah, and it's funny how I just happened to have you on the phone during the time while I was getting your radio done, and just jump on the air. I made a couple contacts, and he was the last contact that came, like the third contact who came in and started talking to me. But yeah, he's going to bash my shop. He said he gets so many complaints about my shop. I'm a little confused, Wayne. If you get that many complaints about my shop, and I told him what my shop name was, then why did you give me such a hell of a good report?
Yeah, I've even talked to him off the same radio. After you sent it back to me, I've talked to him. My buddy from Moss Creek talked to him. So it's, yeah, we're breaking through.
See, so there you have it, okay? So again, you know, everybody can say what they want to say. I don't care. The purpose of this video is only because, in my defense, you know, I am very strict about my shop. I am very meticulous about my work, and I stand by 100% everything I do. And to my knowledge, I could be wrong, but to my knowledge, over 37 years and over 42 states of people have been sending me equipment forever. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of people have sent things for the last 37 plus years out of 42 states that I'm currently dealing with. And I've got probably close to about 8 CB shops I help out. 3 new shops who have surfaced. I have helped them get going so they can open up a shop. And now, having said that, keep in mind, I am not, and I will capitalize on that, I am not the best shop around. No, I am not. There are many great shops around in this country, and especially across the world. But I am very good at what I do. So I am like one of the top techs around in this country, along with many others. And we all get along. That's what you should do. We should all get along because we all share ideas. We all have problems with radios maybe we can't figure out, and we all resource out to each other. And that's the way it should be. Mark Sherman will not do that because he doesn't want people to know he's asking for help. Any tech who does not ask for help to another tech is not a tech at all. Okay. It's okay to ask for help. That's the whole idea. You need to ask for help because if you don't, how do you figure out a problem if you don't have the right resources to guide you or to give you information or to help educate you? Now, if you go through all my videos, okay, and I mean all of my videos, I've got shitloads of videos all up and down everywhere, okay, on my channel. I explain so much detail on radios, what is going on, to help everybody, educate them so they understand, hey, I've seen that problem before, or I got the similar problem, or God, I wonder if he knows something. I'll ask people, I got a problem, man. You ever see this or come across that? I'm not afraid to ask. Anybody who's afraid to ask, they've got some insecurity issues then, because you should always be willing to ask. You know, the old saying goes, a man will never pull over to ask for directions because they get embarrassed. There's no embarrassment. Hell, I'll pull over and ask for directions too. I'll say, hey, I'm a little lost, man. I'm supposed to go on this point, that point. You want to help me out? That's the purpose. It's called communication. It's called, confidence, guys. It's called communicate with people that can help you and educate you. Ask questions. Don't be afraid. So anyhow, here this is, the radio that Sherman screwed up, but he puts these little marks in a radio. Well, when my radios are done, I put a label on the inside cover. Hold on 1 second. Let me go grab one. I'll get one right off my bench right now for you. Here we go, guys. Okay. These are the labels I put on. So when you take the cover off, you're going to see a label on the inside. My website, my phone number, and things I've had to do. If I had to align it, okay, I put power up, put rating. If I had to repair it, okay, what did I do? Well, maybe you need an LED. Okay, I checked the box for that. Solder the board, that means I had to reflow all the soldering. I check it, clean the switches, replace the regulator, whatever had to be done, right? Final, the driver, whatever. Other, okay, I'm going to put comments down here. Changed out VFO or channel selector or channel display or VCO can, PLO chip, whatever the case may be, it's all detailed here. Okay. So now, if whatever reason you can't afford to ship it back, or you don't want to deal with that again, or you find someone nearby, you want to give just a quick chance, hey, it just broke, but you're like right here. So can you take a look at it? So maybe the other tech can see the report, say, okay, this guy left off with this. Now it gives that tech a chance to understand what was already previously done. So Mark Sherman won't do that. He won't put anything inside of a radio. So how do we know what you've done then, Mark, besides screwed up spread coils, cut limiters? And let's go back to this for a moment. Where did I see that? Somebody wrote down some details here. Right here. This is all for Mark Sherman. He was nothing more than a truck stop peak and tune guy cutting limiters. Let me just elaborate that. Okay. And then turning coils and radios. You get your Echo Boys, your Roger Beep, Noise Toys, so forth, blah, 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 blah. This is fascinating right here. He had even been chased out of some truck stops since he was competing with their inside tech in their own parking lot. That's pretty low. That you're gonna go park. That would be like McDonald's parking some kind of a food truck on wheels right there in a Wendy's parking lot. Come on, guys, have a little bit of integrity. You've got zero integrity, Mark. That's what you've got. You're just arrogant. And it says, the things he denounces today that he was doing less than 5 years ago during the time when this was posted. But now it's currently 8 years since he's been doing all this stuff. And then, of course, he's distancing himself from different shops and blah, blah, blah. He found a way to do all kinds of different things with his videos. And let's see here. Let's see. Yeah. See, this is what you guys got to pay attention to. When he says, watch out for all the hocus pocus, he is a hocus pocus. Even make up some of his own terms and his catchphrase. Tap, 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 pay attention. Everybody's heard this out of Mark Sherman. Pay attention, right? Okay? So all of the stuff that he elaborates on with his videos, it's all, like they say right here, plagiarism, guys. Read it. I mean, it is what it is, This is virtually the only golden screwdriver out there at the moment that copies the work of others. And that's exactly what he is. This is the part of the fraud and deception. This is exactly who Fine Tune CB Shop is. So, let's see here. Yeah, the constant. I've heard this so many times. But Barnum telling you to pay attention, lower your guards. You think hard drive wants to help you? Hell no, guys. Come on, pay attention, geez. This guy is a nut job. If he can actually show you inside of a radio what to do, then that'd be a good thing. But he doesn't know. He really does not know what he's doing with radios. He has no idea at all what to do. Alignment procedures. He's always telling people if you could read instructions, follow directions. He just doesn't have a clue. He doesn't want to learn. He just doesn't care. He wants to do things he wants to do. He doesn't give a damn. Okay, and so now here, let me just sum this up here fast.
When you get your next big idea, Grammarly's tone suggestions can help pitch it with confidence.
Okay.
DX Radio Shop, upstate New York, 315.
This is the Grand XL. So let me stop this right now. So okay, announce my shop and tell you what it is, and then we just close it, right? No, that's not what you do. So this is what I do.
We have a unit in
I try to help everybody out.
Customer sent this in because of being told he was distorted. He couldn't pull in any clear stations. He wasn't sure what was going on. You hear people, but they sound like
he's clearly off frequency. So this is an offset frequency. Let me hit pause for a moment. This is an offset frequency. Okay. 34,985,000 is where you should be. Here's your tune frequency, 34.985,000. That's the tune frequency, okay? So when you do an alignment procedure that he clearly has no idea what he's doing, this is how you use. And guys, my system, Agile and HP are the same damn company, but he'll argue with that because he's an idiot. Now, this machine is actually a little bit better than his. Not by much. They're about the same machine, but I do have a few other things in here that he does not have. But anyways, the point is, when you align a radio, you have to align your offset frequencies, okay? When you're done on this specific radios, a Grant XL, like your Cobra 142s, your 2000s, okay? So we're talking about the 8719 PLL chassis, okay? So here we go. This is your offset alignment. You've got to get this taken care of in the PLL circuit. And then you're going to move on to your 7.8 megahertz frequency and do the same exact thing. And then you have this little potentiometer on the board as your final output transmit frequency adjustment. That's how you align them on frequency. It's like tuning a car, guys. If you have one spark plug that's faulty, it's not going to be aligned and tuned correctly to the car. It's going to spit and sputter and pop all kinds of codes. Well, CB radios don't pop out codes like you get on OBD, 2 model for your damn computer to check your engine, right? But you can align your frequencies where they need to be. Then you tune the radio. So first of all, there's no such thing as peak, tweak, super peak, none of that bullshit, okay? You align the phase lock loop synthesizer VCO block. When you align the radio correctly, then there's a couple of small adjustments in the back end, then you would tune to get your maximum clean signal. Here we go.
So anyways, we found see what it's doing first before we do any kind of tuning to it. So we
Speed this up a little bit for you.
What is your view of a drive? And that's what all frequency for 7650. This is for channel 1.
Let me back this up a little bit here. So, okay. This is channel 1 frequency, reference frequency, which would be 347650. Okay. That's your AM. All right. So I usually do mine. You can do it on channel 19, which would be 985. But you can also do it by the book here, 765. It doesn't really matter. It's going to come out to the same anyway. And then you're plus or minus 20 hertz. Okay. So
lower sideband.
As long as you get in on frequency, you'll be good to go, right? So here we go.
See, the key thing is we are 30, but you're allowed 20%. I like to keep it. That to me is.
So here we are adjusting it down.
And you're allowed 20% within. I don't like that. I like to keep it.
And that's where you should be. Okay. So now the radio is on frequency. You're allowed 20 hertz. Okay. I'm very meticulous. I like to keep mine close to 0 if I can. So it's within 1 hertz. You know. Okay. So this is very important to align a radio. I never see him show people his equipment in proper use. So don't you ever tell me I don't know how to use my equipment, Mark Sherman, because clearly shows you in my service monitor, my spectrum analyzer, all inside this unit, I'm doing different things with all my options and pages that you do not do, buddy. So when I see you come to the table and actually show everybody how to align a radio step by step with the procedure book, which you don't have any service manuals, no reason why your bench is always clean, because you don't do a damn thing with it. So here we go. You know, it is what it is. So now we move on to the sideband portion.
Up at 1.5 kilohertz. So you want to go.
So here's your sideband. That should be 9.8. This would be we got 65, so it'd be what, 35, right? So
98, 35.
So you gotta be 35. So here we go. 35. And I'll bump her back down here in a moment because I know their cans are a little touchy. Okay. So, but it's very important. And now, let me say this too. When you get all three aligned, you don't stop there. You have to synchronize them. So sometimes you got to go back to all three coils and really fine tune them because each one will offset to the other. Okay. So now you can take and here's your AM. Okay.
Lower side.
There's your lower sideband. And you go to your upper sideband, which would be 650. So again, how to use these machines, all these equipments to properly do things, which he clearly does not. So anyways, we've done enough of that. Wanted to show people the difference of this stuff. So now, Mark Sherman, you can take and do as you wish. I don't give a damn. And you can clearly run your mouth all you want. But I'm going to tell you right now, okay? I've been doing this a lot longer than you have. And your little 8 years doesn't amount to anything, okay? So if you're going to target people and you want to badmouth people and you want to jam up the frequencies where the truck drivers can't get communication across in case of a storm emergency of some sort, you know, or be an accident or what have you, you're jamming up frequencies, buddy, and you're running illegal power. You just keep moving from spot to spot to spot. Every time the heat gets on your back, you seem to move to a lot of different parks. And it's like, when are you going to stop? You're going to run out of places here pretty quick, buddy. The only next place you're going to be going into is a 6x8 cell. And Big Bubba's going to have a heyday with you. So, you know, again, run your mouth and tell people all you want that I don't know how to use my equipment. I don't know nothing about this. And I'm just this little tiny boy on a tricycle. Well, you know what? How many videos have I proven myself, Mark? How many videos have you seen me, the tech, here at a professional shop? I have never seen your face on a video. I've never seen anything to do with anything of honest talk out of you, honest work out of you. I've never seen good work out of you to begin with. And all these boxes you tape up, and then you stack them up on a pallet, and you say, oh, these are all strikers. They just came on in. No. It doesn't work that way, buddy. So I'm going to do you a favor, and this is not an advertisement for you, but I am going to do a nice little presentation uh, clip, a little tribute, so to speak, for the fan club for your Hall of Shame. Okay, so stay tuned for that because probably the next couple of weeks I'm waiting for something to come in, and I think everyone's going to get a kick out of this one for you. So, but anyways, you drove your own nail to the coffin, Mark Sherman. So, you can post all my videos on your page. You can call me fraud all you want. I'm happy for you because I got a lot more followers. I got a lot more customers, and I got a lot more people that back me up. You're just a fart in the wind, buddy. So, it is what it is. Anyways, guys, DX Radio Shop. I'm glad I could share some information with you. All these testimonies and different information you can find on the web yourself. Don't have to listen to me. Find out yourself. As I tell everybody in all my videos, do your own research and make your own decisions. Don't listen to people on the blacklist garbage on Facebook. Anybody on social media with that garbage. Anybody who's on blacklist, number one. There's an original blacklist and then the wannabe blacklist. The wannabe blacklist, the people who run the show for that were kicked out and banned from the original blacklist because of drama. So you've got the original blacklist, and then you've got the Jerry Springer Show blacklist. Okay. Either way, I don't give a damn. It's just a Facebook page. Who cares? If people want to trash people, say, "Oh my God, he's scamming. He's doing this. He's doing that." Listen. Everyone's going to have some kind of bug up their ass to talk about whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't matter, okay? Because if you really want to do your own research, your own reviews, don't pay attention to what you see on Facebook, okay? Do your own Google search, okay? You don't have to send nothing here. God, I'm 3 months behind on work. I've been doing this way too long, okay? And I'm still doing this. I'm enjoying the hobby. I love doing what I do. My goal by the end of every day is to get your radio fixed and put it on the air. That's where it should be, but it's got to be on the air correctly, clean, and not running splitter boxes like Fine Tune CB Shop does. So the whole purpose behind him, he developed his way where he is today, is because he was not getting out the way he wanted with a customer base. He was trying to get his name out to get business coming in. So he went about it all the wrong way. Going to truck stops, sitting down, talking over everybody else who's the tech inside the damn truck stop. Then he's going to start targeting big places like Brian's truck CB sales. Great guy. Brian's a really nice guy. And so he's got no business targeting Brian's shop or Mike's Radio Repair or these other places. He shouldn't be doing that. But it's just what Mark does. Mark Sherman he is who he is, and there's a reason why he is who he is. And if you guys want to look up his arrest record, you can do that as well. He's been arrested for fraud. He's been arrested for drugs. He's been arrested for stealing people's stuff. That's why he's in a motorhome. This is why he's always moving. People call him the moving gypsy because he's never going to be in one stop very long because he can't. He's got to keep moving because otherwise the heat gets too big. He doesn't want to sit there and hit the face of music. So, I don't know. It is what it is, guys. Do your homework. Do your research. If you guys want help with stuff, you're more welcome to send them here. If you want to try to fix it on your own, I'm always available to help people walk through it over the phone. If we can help save you a few dollars and there's something minor to fix yourself, that's cool, but do your research, guys, and do it the right way, and you'll find out for sure. And you got a lot of reviews, Google reviews, when you start seeing shops are like 2 point something, 3 point something versus 4.7 or 4.8, 5.0. It's like going to a hotel, guys. Go for the highest rating, right? Because obviously it's a good business, a good establishment. So when you do your Google research, you'll find out for yourself. So it is what it is. I always tell people, find out for yourself, do what you got to do, and you're going to realize the real text versus the wannabe text. Guys, take care. Talk to you soon. 73 DX Radio Shop, upstate New York.